The Zelthri Empire had ruled 40 systems for 8 centuries. Their military doctrine was simple: overwhelming force, absolute dominance, zero tolerance for defiance. When a human merchant vessel strayed into their territory, they followed protocol. They fired a warning shot. The plasma bolt struck the ship's bridge, killing the captain instantly. Her name was Emma Richardson, a traitor from Earth's outer colonies, mother of 2, veteran of the Mars terraforming project. She died without knowing why. Her last transmission, a confused question about navigation errors. The Zelthri expected an apology, perhaps compensation, maybe a strongly worded diplomatic protest. They got something else entirely. 72 hours after Emma Richardson's death, every human embassy across the galaxy simultaneously went dark. Diplomats withdrew. Trade agreements were canceled. Communication channels closed. The Zelthri High Command found this amusing. One dead human causing such drama. Then the war fleets arrived. Admiral James Okonkwo stood on the bridge of the UNS Vengeance, watching the Zelthri border fortifications through the viewport. Behind his fleet, 300 warships hung in the void like birds of prey. These weren't exploration vessels. These were humanity's true face, hidden until now. All ships report ready, sir, his tactical officer announced. Weapons hot. Marines deployed. We await your order. Okonkwo opened a channel to the Zelthri command station. This is Admiral Okonkwo of United Earth Naval Service. You killed Emma Richardson. You didn't ask questions. You didn't verify intent. You murdered a civilian for crossing an invisible line in space. The Zelthri commander's face appeared on screen, his crystalline features radiating contempt. One human dies, and you mobilize a fleet? Your species is irrational. Withdraw, or we will teach you the price of challenging the Empire. You don't understand, Okonkwo said quietly. We're not here to challenge you. We're here to end you. The channel closed. The Admiral turned to his crew. Fire everything. Humanity's weapons were built on a simple philosophy. If it exists, we can kill it. Railguns that violated physics, launching projectiles at percentages of light speed. Nanite warheads that consumed ships from the inside. EMP bursts that fried every electronic system within light seconds. And the weapon they'd sworn to never use except in total war, antimatter torpedoes. The Zelthri fortifications, built to withstand centuries of conventional warfare, lasted 18 minutes. The Empire scrambled their fleet, 2,000 vessels, each crewed by warriors who had never known defeat. They met humanity in the Kepler Gap, confident in their numerical superiority. They learned why humans had dominated their own planet through countless wars. Human tactics weren't honorable. They weren't clean. Marines didn't just board enemy ships. They vented entire decks into space, used biological agents that targeted Zelthri physiology specifically, set fusion reactors to overload, and used the dying ships as weapons against their neighbors. Fighter pilots didn't engage in dogfights. They swarmed like locusts, 100 small craft overwhelming single capital ships, exploiting every weakness, every flaw in Zelthri design. When shields adapted, humans switched tactics. When armor held, they targeted life support. Captain Yuki Tanaka led the 3rd Marine Division onto the Zelthri flagship. Her team moved through corridors with brutal efficiency, clearing rooms with grenades and pulse rifles. When a Zelthri commander tried to surrender, she shot him anyway. No prisoners, she transmitted. Command's orders. Because this wasn't a war of conquest. This was extermination. The Zelthri Empire fell in 6 weeks. Not captured, erased. Every military installation destroyed. Every shipyard reduced to debris. Every colony that resisted bombardment from orbit until nothing remained but glass and ash. The surviving Zelthri, those who had fled or surrendered early, were given a choice. Integrate into human society under strict supervision or exile to a designated reserve system. Most chose exile. Admiral Okonkwo broadcast the final message across all galactic channels. The Zelthri Empire killed Emma Richardson. One human woman, a civilian. They thought her life meant nothing. They were wrong. Images played behind him, burning Zelthari worlds, shattered fleets, the Empire's capital city in ruins. Let this be understood by every species watching. We don't care about your empires, your claims, your protocols. Touch one human, anywhere, for any reason that isn't self-defense, and we will come for you. Not with diplomats, not with sanctions, with everything we have. He paused, letting the destruction speak for itself. We are human. We remember our dead, and we don't forgive. The transmission ended. The fleet returned home, and the galaxy learned that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or tactics. It was their absolute, terrifying commitment to each other. Kill one, face them all. Emma Richardson's children received a flag from her ship and a medal from Earth's government. They never knew their mother's death had redrawn the political map of the galaxy. They only knew that humanity had remembered her and made sure no one would ever forget.